want my fucking check. Yeah, yeah.
Hate this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys out in our boots. Way too big when we pull up, give me the loot. What's up with Remy? Had up at Boost. Had to hit my old town to duck the news. 24-hour lockdown, we made no moves. Now it's 4 a.m. and I'm back up popping with the crew. I just landed in, just be mixing spot like Jamba Joe's. Different color chains, see my jewelry selling fruits. And they joking, man, know the crackers with you. Someone said, someone said,
I want my check, genius. Barstool. Can we get a give Pool Boy his check in chat? I want my money. Yeah.
Astro.
Yeah.
Hey,
dude, let's go.
She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. I did half a Zan, 13 hours till I land. Having out like a light, like a light, like a light. Slept through the flight like a light, 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 like a light.
Had to cut that one kind of off early because fuck Drake, fuck Drake, fuck Drake, fuck Drake.
I wanna be a billionaire so fucking bad.
It's Bruno.
Buy all of the things I never had.
It's always Bruno. Bruno Mars till I die.
I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shining lights.
Get a little emo for me, Fire Festival.
A different city every night. Oh, I
Emo.
swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
I would have a show like Oprah. I would be the host of Everyday Christmas. Give Trappy a wish list. I'd probably pull an Angelina and Brad Pitt and adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had shit. Give away a few Mercedes like, here lady, have this. And last but not least, grant somebody their last wish. It's been a couple months that I've been single, so you can call me Travis Claus, minus the ho-ho. Get it? I probably visit where Katrina hit, and damn sure do a lot more than FEMA did.
He was woke.
Yeah, can't forget
I miss you, Travis McCoy.
Where I go, I'ma have my own theme music.
Oh, every time I close my eyes,
What you see? What you see?
I see my name in shining lights. Oh, yeah. A different city every night. I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
I'm gonna need you to stay emo, Fire Festival, because this one's emo too. It's emo and it's horny. It's horny and emo. Yeah. Horny and emo. Hey. Horny and emo. Horny and emo. Hey. Horny and emo. Hey. Sing. Hey, hey. And she would sing. This one's just horny, Fire Festival. We're not emo anymore. 2K19, we're just horny. Yeah. You know the fucking words, Fire Festival. Horny as fuck.
369, damn fine. Put your second to me one more time and roll. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low.
To the window. To the wall.
To the wall.
I better see you skeet, Fire Festival. I want to see you skeet. Skeet, skeet. Skeet, skeet. God damn. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Bitch, you thirsty, please grab Sprite. My crib's lurking, don't die tonight. I just wanna dance with you, baby. Just don't move too fast, I'm too crazy. Man, down the avenue, get shaded. Take a nigga mind off that. We can dip fuck in the whip, slide right back in the function. One wrong word, start busting. Put that on my Yankee hat. I'm a gangster crib, fuck gangster rap. Where the ladies at, where the hoes, where the bitches. Every real nigga know the difference. Bandana brown like a dope daddy, shooting in the kitchen room. North side nigga never went to Hollywood, nigga Rio. Cocaine, color of a Creole. T-strap moving for the D-Lo, we know. Northside Long Beach.
It's banger time, Fire Festival. This is a banger. But you know what every banger needs? Bruno! Hey!
I got a condo in Manhattan.
Bruno!
Baby girl, what's happening?
Mars!
You and your ass invited, so don't get to clapping. Go pop a phone, pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan. Drop it for me.
Till I die.
Beach house in Miami.
Hey.
Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio stuff that's skippy.
Fuck it up, Bruno.
If you want it, got it. If you want it, say you got it. If you want it, take my wallet. If you want it now,
Jump in the cab.
girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. 'Cause you deserve it, baby, you deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Cool jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne all night. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Touched by the fire all night. Silk sheets and diamonds all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Can I sing for you? How about this? Let's make a deal. If my song makes you wet and it soaks through your pants,
Yo,
I get a kiss on the cheek.
how's it going, Majesty? Strife. Kind of a funny place to jump in. This set's pretty chaotic. How you doing tonight?
Well, I don't see anything. You're a lesbian, huh?
I'm just playing whatever now. Here's a Poolboy deep cut. Hey, 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Slow down, grab the wall, wiggle like you tryna make your ass fall off. Hella think I wanna smash 'em all now. Speed up, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal.
Fire Force have major Soul Eater vibes. Like, I've only seen a few scenes of Fire Force, but yeah, I can see some Soul Eater in there. Nothing much, just hungry.
Fire Festival, we're almost out of here.
What about you?
Throat is dead. But,
You know, working on Cataclysm Club.
hey,
You mentioned that you're gonna watch Mortal Kombat. Did you ever get around to doing it? Because, from what I hear, you either love or you hate the Mortal Kombat movie. It's very divided, apparently.
Did your mom get
Not enough Sub-Zero, maybe?
business trip?
Or Scorpion?
Is she there?
I don't know.
Is she trying to give me the slip?
Doing okay, Strife?
Not the little boy that I used to be. I'm all grown up now, baby, can't you see? Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom.
Fight Festival. Yeah.
Echoes of prior works and later ones, yeah. It's funny, it wasn't until I watched Neon Genesis Evangelion that I realized that so many anime nowadays is just influenced by that one show. Like, I can definitely look at Attack on Titan and be like, yep, I can see some Neon Genesis Evangelion. They may not be giant robots, but, you know, they're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you're gonna borrow, you might as well borrow from the best.
I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom.
All right, Fire Festival.
With Shrek as a neurotic patient. Well, you know what? Don't even feel bad about that, because people like use comic book characters all the time for like psychology. It's like, okay, the psychology behind Batman or the Joker, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it's fascinating. It's like, yeah, fictional character or not, art is a reflection of reality, and reality can be a reflection of art. Really just depends on the person. Me personally, I like the idea of having a firm line between reality and fiction. If it gets to a point where I take things way too seriously, maybe I should back down from the whole creative process, which, you know, I mean, can't really be helped. Art is very much tied to your emotions, you know, how you're feeling, your life experiences, the people you've met. And if things get too personal, like you find yourself more stressed out when you're doing art, you know, writing music or drawing, whatever, it's probably a good idea to, you know, take a break, at least.
You bring me to my knees, you make me testify. You can make us sing.
I think the craziest thing is that even people who have not seen certain works have been influenced by those same works because they take influence from people who have been seen them. Yeah. A remix of a remix.
And right there is where I wanna stay.
I mean, take music, for example. I mean, what we're listening to is basically this guy's remix.
Festival. Put your hands up for Bruno.
'Cause you make me feel like
Even though it's not original, that doesn't mean it can't become something entirely new.
for too long.
For too long, Fire
For
Festival.
too long.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
I mean, think about it this way. You know, how far would we get in space travel if every astronomer had to build their own telescope? Not very far. It's like, you're better off just taking what's established before and improving upon it. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to make your own measurements. We already have that in place. So just take what's already there and see what you can do with it. You know, take it for a spin.
Like a light slept in the flow.
You make me feel locked out.
It's like trying to invent fire again. It's like, why?
Hey, hey.
I've been locked out of heaven.
Ogre. Playtime is ogre.
For too long. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Fire Festival. Great. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just watching her face.
Problem?
I'm just gonna leave hentai to the professionals, okay?
Pulling on my dick. I'd normally slap your face off, and everyone here could watch. But I'm feeling nice. Here's some advice. Listen up, biatch. I like looking hot, buying stuff they cannot. I like drinking hard, maxing dad's credit card. I like skipping gym, scaring her, screwing him. I like killer clothes, kicking nerds in the nose. If you like the balls, you can go play dolls. Let your mommy fix you a snack. Whoa! Or you could come smoke, pound some rum and coke in my Porsche with the quarterback. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Honey, what you waiting for? Welcome to my candy store. Time for you to prove you're not a loser anymore.
An animated Injustice movie. That's cool. Yeah, I played the first game. I never got around to playing the second one though.
Say goodbye to
But yeah, the first game was pretty cool. I like the story. It's funny how they justified everything to nanomachines. It's like, how can the Joker fight Superman? Nanomachines, son.
or forget that creep and get in my Jeep. Let's go tear up someone's lawn. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Honey, what you waiting for? Welcome to my candy store. You just gotta prove you're not a pussy anymore. Then step into my candy store. You can join the team, or you can bitch and moan. You can live the dream, or you can die alone. You can fly with the eagles, or if you
What are you implying with the hentai comment? Well, you should leave that to the professionals, don't you think?
Veronica, look. Ram invited me to his home.
You gotta get approved for your hentai license.
Color me stoked. I'm so happy. Honey, what you waiting for? Shut up, Heather. Step into my candy store. You're not a lame ass anymore. Then step into my candy store. It's my candy store. It's my candy. It's my candy store. It's my candy. It's my candy store. It's my candy store.
First game was missing. Amazing. You're a Lex main? Nice. I think the last time I played it, I was trying to learn some combos with the Flash. But, I don't know. It wasn't until I played Dragon Ball FighterZ where I decided to take fighting games a little bit more seriously. You know, actually watching combo videos and looking at the frame data. Yeah, who has the advantage, that kind of thing. And, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ is very beginner friendly. Her shoulders should actually be much higher, so I'm glad I was able to catch that early. Are you talking about the candy store song? Yeah, it's from Heather's. You're gonna buy the new Melty Blood fighting game? Nice. Like, I've always watched other people play it, but I've never tried it out myself. And of course, you know, the memes with Melty Blood. I think Melty Blood was that game where people snuck it into, like, an Evo and played it in the bathroom, right? But yeah, from what I hear, Melty Blood's got a pretty dedicated fan base, so that's cool that they love the game enough to do that. Yo! How's it going, Vulpanier? Artist? Yeah, doing okay. What about you? What have you been up to? Audio blue balls? What? Melty Blood. Hey, having a dedicated fan base goes a long way. Doing all right? Hey, how's it going, Soviet Bear? You doing okay, comrade? By the way, what's your favorite anime? Well, I don't have like a number one spot. I always have like a list of animes I can go back and watch pretty much whenever. But first animes that come to mind are the original Fully Cooley, Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, Bakuno, Golden Boy, Bunny Girl Senpai. Let's see, what else? Black Lagoon's pretty good. And Kaiji, Ultimate Gambler Kaiji. Let's see, what else? Let me think. I'm like really tempted to look at my anime collection, but it's in a drawer. Like, I have all my games and all my animes and movies in like a drawer, kind of like GameStop. Right, just have to pull the drawer, and instead of underwear, here's games. And animus. Top of my head. I actually liked Mariah Nikki, Future Diary. It's not perfect, but it was a wild ride, and I do like the characters. What else? Oh, One Punch Man was great. Still need to watch the second season. And I did start Kaguya-sama, Love is War. I'm on, like, the 4th episode, and so far it's fantastic. I usually give anime, like, a 3-episode rule. You have 3 episodes to impress me, otherwise I'm moving on. And Kaguya-sama passed with flying colors. The first episode is so great. I can see why people love it so much. Audio Blue Balls is having expectations of a song being fulfilled. Are you sure fulfilled? Yeah, Bunny Girl Senpai is amazing. I own the Blu-ray and the movie because the movie broke me as a person. Code Geass is great, but I do need to rewatch it because it's been so long. Like, I remember enjoying Code Geass, but it's like in the back of my mind where it's like, it's been so long since I watched it. I'm like, was that just nostalgia goggles, or is it like, do I really love this show as much as I did back then? Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood are really good too. I don't own the Blu-rays, but a good friend of mine let me borrow his copies, so I just like binge watched the entire series. Well, specifically Brotherhood. I did watch the original when it was on Adult Swim, but yeah, Brotherhood was pretty good. The only downside to Brotherhood, I would say, is there were certain scenes in the original Full Metal Alchemist that they skip over for Brotherhood, and I'm like, that is such a tremendous shame. I think there was like the mini skirts line that they took out. Like, Colonel Mustang loves mini skirts in the original. I don't know if they put that in Brotherhood, but I just maybe they did, and the thing I'm missing the most is just that episode that they had dedicated to his squad, you know, like Warehouse 13, that kind of thing, where they thought like there was like a haunted warehouse. There's like an entire episode where they just go on adventures like that. Or that one guy who was gonna try to date the muscle dude, the blonde guy with the mustache. What's his name? Super strong guy. He takes off his shirt a lot. I cannot remember his name, but I remember his muscles. But yeah, there was an episode, same episode, where one of the guys was trying to date his sister, and she's like, "Yeah, you're too skinny." I like buff guys like my brother. So yeah, it's kind of like Brotherhood is in a weird place because Brotherhood is like the definitive version of Full Metal Alchemist, but there's like a couple of episodes that I highly recommend to watch from the original. And it's like I gotta find a place to put it. It's like, hey, while you're watching Brotherhood, please watch these original episodes from the original. Death Note was fantastic. You know, the anime, not the movie. You know, that should go without saying, but, you know, you never know. Yeah, Death Note was pretty good. I'll take a potato chip, eat it. Armstrong, goodness. You know, every time I think of Armstrong, I think of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. You know, Senator Armstrong, you know, Nanomachine's son. I Have a Dream, that guy. Also, Big Muscles. Oh man, Moomin Rider's the best. Love that guy. Oh, you got the Bunny Girl books? Nice. Hey, how's it going, Person 420? What have you been up to tonight? Yeah, the super strong guy's Armstrong. Which, you know, he lives up to his name. Yeah, Death Note was fantastic. A lot of people were pissed off when, you know who died. But, you know, at a certain point, you just kind of have to take it. Like, you've been chasing Kira for so long, eventually you're gonna get got. It's like, you know, the opportunity to catch him is long past for you. So, I mean, still a shame, but hey, I don't think he would have been bothered with, I'm not going to say who got taken out, in case you haven't seen Death Note, but you probably know who it is. A lot of people were pissed off back then. Probably still pissed off today. But I'm like, you know, I'll just take it. Not that I was rooting for Kira or anything, but it's like, man, you took too long. Of course, he's going to get you first. Think about it like tag. If you take too long, I mean, that's your ass. And, you know, maybe in the back of his mind, he knew Kira. He knew who Kira was, but it's like, a moment of hesitation is enough. Kira. Moomin Rider supremacy. I will tell you one thing, and I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but at one point somebody gets shot with a revolver. I think he gets shot like 5 times, and he's still able to run like a mile. It's a little outrageous, but you know, it's dramatic, I guess. I just find it funny because right before that guy gets shot 5 times with, I want to guess, a magnum, or maybe it was like a snub nose. He gets shot with a revolver, okay, 5 shots. He's still able to run a mile, and then this other guy gets stabbed with a pen, and he just explodes in like a blood fountain. It's like, that was a pen! Like, I mean, people have told me that the pen is mightier than the sword, but this is a little ridiculous. A little redonk. But again, drama. Timing is unbreakable. Had you smiling the entire scene? Kira's laugh, oh yeah, it's legendary. Sub or dub, his laugh is legendary. Legendary. Can replicate it kind of well. That's one thing I always worry about, and I guess I really shouldn't, but sometimes when I laugh, I feel like I'm laughing like a villain. You know what? I'll fucking own it, okay? And you gotta admit, villains usually have very satisfying laughs. They clearly enjoy what they do. In fact, you know, I prefer villains that actually enjoy what they do Not that there's anything wrong with like tragic villains. In fact, a lot of villains are tragic, but at a certain point they start enjoying what they do, or at least you hope so. I think what's kind of become outdated is just the idea of a villain that's 100% super serious. It's like that's really hard to pull off, because when you make a character that's that super serious, it's really hard to make them feel real. Because we always like the idea that a villain is somebody that we hate, is completely unredeemable, but in reality, most villains usually have something we like about them. Like, I mean, I guess this isn't really much of a spoiler because you're literally watching me draw Monica. But yeah, I mean, after everything Monica has done, we still enjoy her charisma. The fact that she has the audacity of this she has the audacity to do what she's done. And of course, just what we see, like the final image we see of her before the actual ending, she has like the smuggest look on her face, and you're like, yeah, you know what? She knows what she did is wrong, but at the same time, she knows she won. It's like, this is pretty much a victory lap. So, yeah, I mean, you don't have to agree to a villain's motives or, thought process. In fact, you should probably be worried if you start agreeing with people like that, like the Joker or something. But you can still respect the charisma and the audacity of the characters. The fact that they're willing to go to such outrageous lengths to try to get what they want. A lot of people thought that Thanos was great, I mean, again, his plan was extremely flawed, but the fact that he was gonna go through all those lengths to try to do it, it's like, there's some respect in there. In fact, I mean, we're talking about fictional characters here, but you can probably think of a few historical figures and be like, yeah, you know what, that guy was an asshole, but he did conquer a lot of countries. Which is kind of messed up from a humanity standpoint, because a lot of history is just dictated by the winners. Like, literally, might makes right. It's like, hey, you massacred my whole village. I guess you're right? I guess I gotta follow you now. But yeah, that's history 101, it's covered in bloodshed. You can censor as much as you want, but at the end of the day, those who fail to learn history are doomed to repeat it. Well, I didn't think we were gonna get this dark so soon in the stream, but I am drawing Cataclysm Club, so I guess it comes with the territory. Oh well. Yuri supremacy. The best villains are the ones that you love to hate. Anything other than that is more of an antagonist. Yeah. And, I do love me some villain redemption arcs. Vegeta. Zuko. But, sometimes you just want a villain that's like just so good at their job. It's like, you know what? Even if you had an opportunity to redeem yourself, I hope you don't take it. You're such a fun antagonist or villain. It's like, I hate you, but please keep doing what you're doing. It'll make your downfall so much more satisfying. Don't die on me too quickly. I want to gorge myself on this sense of fulfillment until I vomit. That's from No More Heroes 1. Dr. Peace. And there you go, another game. The game is literally called No More Heroes. And for all intents and purposes, you are fighting people who don't classify themselves as heroes. But from an outsider's perspective, they just have so much personality and history. It's like, in an alternate reality, these guys probably could have saved the world together, but nah, they're just hired killers. A lot of them aren't even in it for the money. They're in it for the adrenaline rush. In fact, that was kind of a point. I don't want to spoil No More Heroes 2 too much for a lot of people, but there's a plot point in the first No More Heroes that has a lot of people's heads spinning. Mostly to do with the organization. But they're like, okay, I don't understand how No More Heroes 2 can exist if we already established that this organization is fake, a scam, a con. And the way I was able to piece it together is, yeah, it started off as a lie, but guess what? You gave them so much money that they're able to make the organization real. Fake it until you can make it. That's what they say. Genghis Khan. Hey, it's Nagatoro. Oh yeah. I still haven't seen the anime, but I have read the manga. In fact, I read the manga way before it got popular. So when they announced that it got an anime, I'm like, holy shit. That is great. So that add it to the list of shows that I actually, not shows, but manga, I was there in the beginning. Wadamode, you know, little Tomoko. I was there before they even, like, it's not even like a hipster thing. I am so happy that it got popular enough to, you know, get an anime adaptation. Never in my wildest dreams would I've ever thought that Wadamode or Nagatoro would get an anime adaptation. I thought it was just kind of like, it was too obscure or just too niche. But hey, look at it now. Which, you know, I mean, props to Nanashi774, I believe his username is. Username. Call sign. Yeah, if you didn't know, Nanashi is a hentai artist. I don't know if he still draws it from the side, but yeah, he drew some pretty hardcore stuff. But apparently he started drawing vanilla stuff after Naruto and Hinata got married. It just kind of like struck a chord with him. And you might not believe this, but Nagatoro was a lot more hardcore back then than she is now. Like what you see in like the manga and anime adaptation, she's a lot more toned down. Like in her original doujin, I want to say, yeah, she was brutal. Like I'm talking about like psychological trauma. And I'm like, yeah, it was just kind of like a one-off joke. I guess it was just like an idea that he had, and he didn't turn it wholesome until later. Well, wholesome in quotation marks, obviously. But yeah, I remember in the beginning, people would just meme the shit out of original Nagatoro. Like the original sequence with her is like her bullying senpai to like hold her hand. Like, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. It's like, yeah, she just wants to hold hands. It's like, no, while she's holding senpai's hands, she is like verbally abusing him. Like, holy shit, it was like psychological damage. And of course, people memed the shit out of it, and they're like giving her like a GameStop hat or something. You know, welcome to GameStop. But yeah, much later, he toned her down. In fact, I wasn't even expecting her to come back. It's like, oh hey, it's that girl again. And then lo and behold, he turns into a manga, and I'm like, holy shit. Same character, just, you know, a lot more toned down, which I don't mind. They're both great, I guess, you know, if you're feeling sadistic or masochistic. And then lo and behold, here's an anime adaptation. And I'm like, holy shit, if you guys knew the origin of this, wow. Man, it's been years. Thanos could have just doubled the amount of resources in the universe, yeah. But I think the way he justified it is he's already murdered millions, if not billions, of people already in his crusades. It's like he already dug his grave. He already made his bed, and now he has to sleep in it, which is kind of funny. I never really got that expression. It's like, you just made your bed and you're gonna jump into it? Like, why? Don't you jump into your bed after you've already arranged it in a way where you can jump in? Like, if you just made your bed, that means you're gonna be moving on to something else, right? Like, you make your bed before you go to school or work, right? You're not just some degenerate. No, I'm just joking. There are some days where I don't make my bed. It's like I'm in too much of a hurry. But yeah. Genghis Khan did nothing. I like antagonists that are human, ones that are sort of a justification to what they do. But I'm not usually a fan of villain redemption arcs. Those are really hard to pull off. That's why they're so rare. Like, at a certain point, a character is just borderline unredeemable. Like, it's too much. Like, I'm sorry, but... And I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't played Danganronpa, but there is a certain character in the first game. You probably know who it is. But at a certain point, the villain is given an opportunity for redemption. In fact, the main character is like, hey, look, you don't have to die. Like, we can still be friends. And then the villain is like, are you crazy? After everything I've done, and you still want to take me in as a friend? Are you crazy? You're crazier than me. And plus, I want this, you know? This is my plan B. So win or lose, I win because I actually wanted this. No better way of going out than by my own hand. Which is fucked. But hey, that's Danganronpa, right? Frieza was an amazing villain without a redemption arc. Like, you kind of see a little bit in the, you know, Super and the Broly movie, I guess. But yeah, you kind of want Frieza to remain as a villain. He's just too fun. Oh, Komi-san. That's one I haven't jumped into yet, but yeah, I heard that one's pretty good. It's pretty good.
The only one that I have ever known. I don't know where it goes.
Oh man, Konosuba, I need to get into that. I keep seeing scenes on YouTube, but as far as actually watching the anime, it's like, I still have so much on my plate. But yeah, I am happy that I got started with Kaguya-sama. It's been pretty fun so far. And there's 2 seasons, so... And Nagatoro should cut deep, huh? Too deep. For me, the height of success for a manga series is an official English adaptation. Rokudo no Onatachi is something I've been waiting to get proper translation. I feel it's not happening. And it's actually more important, not important, but yeah, you know what? English translations are super important too, because for Asia, because there's so many different languages in all these different countries, you know, like Malaysia, Philippines, Japan, like, they had to find a common language to translate stuff, and they picked English because, like, English is the language they use for business. So even if a game or an anime doesn't get an official Western release, it's still translated to English just for the different countries. So as long as you learn English, you know, as high and mighty does it sound as an American, but if you learn English, you can get imports from Japan or China or whatever, and most of the time they should have like subtitles, English subtitles.
That divides me somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge where I walk alone.
Imagine killing half the universe for a chick. Talk about being down bad.
Between the lines of what's messed up, yet everything is alright.
The Grim Reaper Crusade.
To see that I am still alive.
It is what it is.
Alone, yes,
Death is too thick. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you already know who Callie is from HoloLive. So yeah, I mean, you're not alone in that department simping over death. It's a very common sentiment for this generation. It's the sweet embrace of death. It's so fucked. But hey, you know what? I'm a millennial, so I'm behind that sentiment too, alright? My Chemical Romance is still one of my favorite bands, alright? Don't at me. But you know, I love life. I'll never trade it for anything else. My life, it's the only one I got. You don't sell your soul for the devil just for a few seconds of fame. Because there's only one you, so cherish it. Alright, this is not like Attack on Titan where you can just keep hopping from giant robot to giant robot. Did I say Attack on Titan? Gosh damn it. Evangelion. But even then, it's not like they replaced the Evas. They only had the one. If it gets messed up, they just bring it back for repairs. But Attack on Titan, if Eren loses his his mech suit, I guess, yeah, you can just make a new one, provided he has enough energy and rest. But yeah, so don't forget how important you are as a person. There's only one you. Where was I? I've been staring down Monica for the past 10 minutes because I've been enjoying this conversation too much. Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. Favorite representation of death is Boten from Yu Yu Hakusho. Is that the baby with the pacifier? It's been a while since I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, but yeah, that show's pretty fun too. Same guy made Hunter x Hunter, right? And apparently that guy's married to the creator of Sailor Moon. Man. Lucky. Learned English. How did you know? You must be psychic. Fun fact. Oh. Common term for... The term for a common language used among a group of people with different native languages is known as lingua franca. I think the whole deal with languages is that a huge portion of them cropped up before we had widespread connections. If the world built their languages today, we'd already probably speaking the same one, yeah. You know, Tower of Babel, that sort of deal. You just wake up and your friend is speaking a different language and you just stop being friends. That's kind of messed up. In fact, if you go read a few stories from the Old Testament, it's pretty wild. There's a reason why a lot of heavy metal songs are based off stories from the Old Testament, because, you know, it's pretty hardcore. There's like that one story with Samson, who's able to kill an entire army, just beating them back with like a skull of a jackass, I think. Yeah, that's pretty metal. I think the only reason why we don't have a game based on the Old Testament is because it might be a little offensive, even though that's literally what happened. And, you know, of course, I think God of War already filled in that you know, thirst for ancient violence. 21st century, and we making the personification of death more attractive by the year. Has science gone too far? Probably not. The baby with the pacifier is Koen Ma. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been taking Japanese lessons on good old Duolingo. But, yeah, it's slow going. Kanji's no joke. Speaking of death, this is one of the boss themes from No More Heroes 2. And of course, the girl is like the Grim Reaper. She uses a Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle that's also using a giant scythe as a bayonet. In fact, she has two of them. She's dual wielding 50 caliber sniper rifles that actually has a scythe attached to them. So if you're far away, she'll snipe you. If you're up close, she'll shank you. If that's even the right term. Can you get shanked with a scythe? Or is that just putting it lightly? You can pick up basically any language, right down to accent, without difficulty. Nice. Yeah, natural talent. Do you think a Santa game would be profitable, like you go around sneaking into homes, forcing them to make cookies? Isn't that just Sneak King from Burger King? But with burgers instead of cookies? Give Santa a gun. Funny enough, I have been playing Killing Floor 2, and you can actually play as Santa in that game. He's voiced by Gary Busey, which is hilarious. Only gripe I have to say about it is he alternates between magazine and clip, and it like triggers me. Pun intended, it triggers me. It's like pretty much like 99% of the guns in that game use magazines. There's only one gun that actually uses a clip, and that's the Mosin Nagant. So, yeah. Which, you know, to be fair, it's Santa. It's not like he knows shit about guns. But yeah. So basically, Ruby's Ruby, but better. Well, I mean, you gotta give credit to Ruby because, you know, she's still alive. You fight this boss and she's pretty much dead after the initial... Yeah, I mean, that's a common thing with No More Heroes. They make such interesting boss fights, and then you kill them. There is, like... There's 3 characters. Well, 4 characters in the entirety of No More Heroes roster that you fight, and they actually live. Either you spare them, or they just come back from the dead. In fact, I think No More Heroes 2 pretty much established that, yeah, death is pretty bad, but there are some characters that can cheat death. Especially with Travis Strikes Again, which I consider to be a sequel. I mean, people keep saying, oh, it's a spin-off. I'm like, no, you kind of need to play Travis Strikes Again in order to play No More Heroes 3. So the proper order is No More Heroes 1, and then you play 2, and then Travis Strikes Again, and eventually we'll get to play No More Heroes 3. Like, it's that important to the plot that you kind of need to play it. I have, like, the same feeling towards Uncharted Lost Legacy. You know, the one where you get to play as Chloe and you team up with Nadine? Yeah, Uncharted Lost Legacy is essentially Uncharted 4.5. You kinda need to play it because it's pretty important. At least, you know, it's important where it shows that Chloe is still alive and kicking, and she's teamed up with Nadine. When they do eventually make an Uncharted 5, or whenever that happens, what's nice with Uncharted is it's called Uncharted. It's not tied to Nathan Drake's name. It'd be really difficult to make an Indiana Jones movie without Indiana Jones. Or Max Payne without Max Payne. Their name is in the title. You can't really do much with that. But Uncharted, we can totally have a game where it's with Chloe. We can have a game with Nadine, Sam, Sully. Sully when he was young, you know, running around in the 60s. I mean, that's a great thing about Uncharted. It's not tied to a name. It's not tied to a time period. You know, you can go into the future, go into the past. Preferably the past, because it's a lot more interesting. But yeah, playing as Sully running around in the 1960s would be really great for an Uncharted game. But, you know, we'll see how things go. Naughty Dog is kind of in a bad place right now. Even if you loved The Last of Us 2, which, you know, I still haven't played, so I'll keep my opinion to myself. But you gotta admit, their policies on crunch time is really fucked up. You know, 100-hour work weeks. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you like going home? It's like, say goodbye to your sleep schedule. And as much as I loved Uncharted 4, apparently the crunch time for that game was pure hell. Like, a lot of people who a lot of people who worked on Uncharted 4 did not go back to Naughty Dog. It was like, yep, that's it. I'm done. I'm leaving the company. You know, great game. I love the people, but the work policies can go to hell, essentially. Which, you know, that's fucked. You know, crunch time should not be a thing. Yet here we are. Oh, what are we drawing? Still working on Cataclysm Club, you know. Taking my sweet time because, I get caught up in my own thoughts. Regular thoughts, not thoughts. THOTS. Thoughts and prayers. Man, I really have to get on practicing my damn digital art. I've been so bleh about basically... Yeah, I had the advantage of learning Paint Tool Sci for a bit before I switched over to Clip Studio Paint, because a lot of the things I learned about Paint Tool Sci was easily converted into Clip Studio knowledge, which is nice. And thankfully, Clip Studio does have their official YouTube channel, and they have a playlist that you can watch to help learn, you know, how to do stuff. I still have to learn a few things. I'm not using every single tool to my advantage, but it's there when I do need it, and if I choose to learn it. I mean, that's the great thing about digital programs. You have your tools, but if you want to paint traditionally, I mean, just treat it like a single canvas. Like, I've seen people, like, replicate Bob Ross paintings using Clip Studio Paint. And again, one layer. You just need to have the right brush that blends properly. But the advantage of digital art is just having multiple layers and folders that you can keep track of. So if you want things to be a little bit more precise, there you go. Which, to a fault, the beauty of art is why, like, the beauty of art is just the idea that, you know, a person made it. Sometimes you make something a little too clean and it just comes off like a sticker. Which is why, you know, sketches feel a lot more alive than line art. Like, I don't think I can make line art and not splash some color on it because, you know, I have fun making line art, but, you know, when I take a step back and look at it, it's like, it's too clean. And of course, you know, that also is because I still need to learn quite a bit about, you know, line variation, you know, the putting weight on certain strokes. That doesn't sound right, but, you know. Sometimes I just beat down on the pen too much, and that's just a dirty habit I need to get rid of. One day. You know, one day I'll get good. Then you'll see. You'll all see. That ear is way too small. In fact, I'm kind of shocked I didn't draw the ear back in the sketch, but, you know. It's just one of those things that you catch. It's better for me to catch it now before I actually start splashing some color. Shoot your eye out. Yeah, how was everybody's week? Yeah, you know what? I remember they announced an Indiana Jones game, but it's been pretty quiet. Oh, and as far as Last of Us 2 goes, yeah, I already spoiled myself on what happens in the story. I've already watched multiple people play it. And I already have my own opinions on it, but I'll keep it to myself until I actually play it myself. You know? Like, I bitch and complain about Resident Evil 6 a lot, but guess what? I actually played that game like 3 times. Multiple difficulties. So it's nice that, you know, I actually have an opinion that I can back up on because I've played the damn 3 times. And there are some good parts to it. You know, Mercenaries mode is always fun, but gosh fucking damn it, Resident Evil 6, every time I think about, like, okay, maybe it's not as bad as I remember it being, then I remember the dumb QuickTime events where you have to wait to push the button. Like, the button flashes on the screen, and you're not supposed to press it. You have to wait for the meter to hit a certain point, and then you can press the button. That is, like, the dumbest QuickTime event I've ever experienced in a game. At least in a supposedly AAA game. It's like, you already did QuickTime events just fine in Resident Evil 4 and, dare I say, 5. Like, Resident Evil 6 is like QuickTime events up the QuickTime events. And the fact that there was a perk that you can equip that makes QuickTime events easier, that's a red flag that something's wrong. Like, you need a dedicated perk to make something bearable. But yeah, I think that's just the only disadvantage of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, is that it considers Resident Evil 6 canon. Which again, you know, if you enjoy those games, fair enough, you know. My opinion should not detract from your enjoyment of the game. But if you want to ask me why I didn't enjoy it, by all means, I'm gonna lay it out. No hesitation, no holds barred, no Russian. Have a great night, user. Have a good night, Bear. You heading out too? Yeah, I'm a big fan of, like, clean, but you can see some of the process in the lines, a mixture between sketch and cleaned up work. Yeah. Same. How was my week? Well, I participated in an excavation for 8 hours a day. Oh my goodness. Good luck, Chief.
Small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Home. Carry me home. Late night, come home. Work sucks, I know. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Hold your head still, I'll be your thrill. The night will go on, my little windmill. All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Carry me home. Carry me home. Carry me.
Step one, say we need to talk. He walks, you say sit down, it's just talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare
Hey, how's it going, Paradox?
some sort of
How often do you work on Cataclysm Club off stream? I try to work on it like after I get off work, but sometimes I would just be too tired and I just get like a couple lines done. Like admittedly there'd be moments where I'm like, okay, like boop, 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 and I'm done for the day. I just do those lines. Like sometimes I'm just too tired. And, you know, sometimes I have stuff to do at home too, so stuff to do at home, or I'm trying to tackle my backlog. Yeah, like yeah, I have like Nier Replicant on my desk, and I still haven't played it. I've had that game for like a month. I still haven't played it. I mean, I played Nier Automata. I pretty much know. I know how Replicant's gonna end, but, you know, there's no replacement for actually playing the game itself. You know. And you know, sometimes it really depends. Like, I remember chapter 2 taking the longest. I think that took like 2 months because I just kept going back and forth between panels. Like, I just was not happy with like the panels. In fact, let me see if I still have the prep work for that. I probably do. Okay, so this is the storyboard, right? It's like, okay, I have like a general idea of what I want it to look like. In fact, even then, this isn't like one-to-one. I'm pretty sure I've already changed this multiple times. So you're not even seeing like the original storyboard. Is this the finals work? Like, this project was so big that I had to separate it into, like, different save files because there's just too much. And yeah, goodness gracious, like, I had to draw the Infinity Gauntlet so many fucking times. Let's see, what else? Just gonna have to divide this, hang on. Date created. Yeah, these files got so stupidly huge, even loading up the files takes a minute. And, you know, my computer's due for an upgrade anyway. But, kind of appropriate that this song starts playing when I'm trying to iterate how stressful. Not really stressful, but this was, like, the most time-consuming chapter so far. I'm kind of happy that Chapter 3 is not nearly as bad as Chapter 2. As far as content goes, which, you know, not that I should be taking shortcuts to get what I want, but when I was doing Chapter 2, I definitely wasn't at a level where I should be doing this much with so little experience, but yeah, I guess that's kind of the point. I mean, the great thing about Cataclysm Club is it's supposed to push me as an artist. It's like, I don't know how to draw this. It's like, okay, well, I guess I gotta learn how to draw it. And I guess the priority for Chapter 3 is, I'm not too great with perspective. Well, I guess I need to learn how to do perspective. So, you know, if I'm not improving, that's because I'm being lazy. And I want to avoid that as much as possible. It's like, you know, you gotta keep improving as an artist, otherwise you're just gonna be on autopilot, which is, you know, I'm trying to avoid that. And, you know, trying to find a balance between, you know, there's beauty in simplicity, right? There is such a thing as something being overproduced. Like, I'm trying to cover up my weaknesses by putting so much shit on screen you can't even keep up with it. It's like, you want to avoid that. I mean, you look at, like, other manga, and manga artists, professional manga artists, are really good at, like, not line mileage, you know, line economy. Like, they have just enough lines to sell the idea, but not so much lines that it distracts you from, you know, the bigger picture. Like this bathroom, for instance. Like, yeah, I could probably draw a toilet or, you know, some, you know, pleasantries, but it's like, the focus should be on Monica. So when I start splashing some color on here, like, the light should be drawing your eyes to here. Okay, you can see my cursor good. So yeah. Or like with this. Again, priority, you're gonna be looking at Monica, right? I'm not worried about the tiles on the wall. And look, in this case, I don't even need to draw the full mirror. Like, you already know what you're looking at. So, yeah. Uh-oh, is the stream lagging? Oh, Have a great night, Malachi. Please put graffiti on the bathroom walls. Well, this is supposed to be the bathroom in the Cataclysm Club, so the place just got built. So I don't think the bathroom would be that what you call it ruined, dilapidated. There you go. In fact, I think I showed it off in a previous stream, but let me see if I can find it again. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The bathroom, or at least the camera angle, is based off the one in Silent Hill 2. So yeah, loosely based on it. I didn't want to make it like 1-to-1. I mean, why would there be latrines? Don't answer that. It's a rhetorical question. But yeah, in fact, if you didn't catch it already, this is just this first page for chapter 3 is like one big Silent Hill 2 reference. So, you know, call it a moment of reflection. Oh yeah, the lag. Oh man. Oh boy. I mean, as long as the audio is fine, I guess it's not too bad, but yeah. Hopefully it'll settle down later. Yeah, Nier Automata is a sequel to a game that is a spin-off to a larger franchise, which is a larger... yeah. Drakengard. It's crazy how far the rabbit hole goes. As much as I love Nier Automata, there's still a lot I don't know either. Thankfully, there's plenty of videos on YouTube you can watch that pretty much goes over the entire story, both for Nier and Drakengard. I'd love to make a franchise that's highly convoluted and so I'm not sure not sure I'm cut out for it. I don't think I am either. I think you just have like an idea for a premise and it just kind of evolves into something else, you know. Like while you're making one game, you already have an idea for a sequel, that kind of thing. You know, not everybody's like One Piece where you have the entire plot in your mind back in middle school. It'd be nice if you did, but you know, for a lot of people, you learn as you go. You know, and there's nothing wrong with a story just being standalone. Fifth Element, that plot for that movie was made when the writer and director was 16. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get super inspired, which is why you should always write down your ideas so you don't forget them. Not everybody's like Stephen King. Apparently he doesn't write down his ideas. Because in his mind, if the idea is good, then you'll never forget it. And I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but I don't trust myself not to forget certain things. So, yeah, having a notebook for your ideas is pretty important. Not everybody has photographic memory. Yeah, the stream's lagging tonight. Well, I guess it's typical. Usually when we get close to the 2-hour mark, the stream just craps out. Seems like it's on OBS's end. I might have to reset OBS if it doesn't calm down again.
I'm the one for a good time, call phones blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, feel the love.
I mean, at least the audio's good, right? It's just the video. Yeah. It's rough.
Back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live chandelier. I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Sun is up, I'm a mess, gotta get out now. Gotta run from this. Here comes the shame, here comes the shame. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Show 'em back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. Just holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. I'm just holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light. Cause I'm just holding on for tonight. Help me, I'm holding on for dear life. Won't look down, won't open my eyes. Keep my glass full until morning light.
Snack. Least favorite fruit? Raisins, I guess? I mean, I can eat raisins, but I'd rather not. Like, the flavor is nice, I just don't like biting into it. Don't take that out of context. Like, I remember having, like, an oatmeal cookie. The oatmeal cookie was great, but it had raisins in it. And I'm like, got to a point where I was just picking out the raisins. Raisins are alien brains. Not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Okay, well, this is awkward. My computer just froze, so if you're hearing this, yeah, this is not good. Yeah. Uh-oh. Like, I can't click on anything. But, according to OBS, it's still broadcasting. So that's interesting. But yeah, my computer's frozen. If anything, that's probably a good indication I should end the stream, if I even can at this point. I might just have to shut everything down. Shame. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 hours. It's as good as it can get, I guess. Oh well. Well, thanks for stopping by, everybody. If you can hear this anyway, y'all have a great night. That's a problem. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Okay, well, y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.